I'm Jennifer Filson, the author of We Aren't Going Back, A History of Women's Social Progress Over 200 Years. And I'm going through various pieces of chapter 1 right now. You're in the middle of it with this video I'm about to make. And I know it could be tedious, but there's like so much amazing information. And I think this one is really going to be interesting for you. So let's discuss how references to volcanoes, rock, and fire point to northern influence in our religions. Okay, you know how we love to climb mountains? Well, the ancients did too, but in a slightly different sense. Just like a mountaineer seeks refuge and strength from a mountain, the ancients saw their God as a rock, a symbol of stability and refuge. Okay, take the book of Psalms, one of the oldest parts of the Bible. It's riddled with references to God as a rock of refuge. Psalms 31, 62, 71, 89, 94, or a rock of deliverance, Psalm 62. It's like saying my safe haven or my rock solid support system, okay? And then there's the mountain metaphor. It's not just a symbol of stability, but a divine dwelling place. Psalm 78 tells us that they were led to his holy mountain. And Psalm 48 mentions Yahweh upon his holy hill. It's like that house on the hill we all dream of, just a bit more divine. And the fire, well, in Exodus 24:17, Yahweh's appearance is described as a devouring fire on the mountaintop. It's like the bonfire at our campouts, only way more intense and holy. Now here's the fascinating part. Similar depictions exist in Indo-European mythology. Zeus, with his fiery lightning, lived on Mount Olympus. Baal, with his lightning symbol, was up on Mount Saphon. It's like different cultures have their own versions of Superman. Even the Sanskrit Yajurveda shows priests commanding gods with rituals like puppeteers pulling strings. The point is that the deep connection between the divine mountains and fire seems universal, transcending cultures and boundaries. Interesting, right? Who knew our love for mountains had such a divine connection? So, what's with the fire sacrifices and rituals of power? Well, all of this talk of fire and brimstone was a political tool to keep women out of power. Stone explains in her book, When God Was a Woman, how fire sacrifices and rituals of power were meant to keep men in charge. Quote, only Levites were acceptable as members of the priesthood of Yahweh. Moses, Aaron, and the sons of Aaron were the highest priests. A Levite high priest was forbidden to marry not only a foreign woman, but even a woman of any other Hebrew tribe. Even within his own tribe, he was not to marry a widow, a divorced woman, or in fact any woman who has ever had sexual relations with another man. No one but a Levite was allowed to enter into the tent of the presence where Yahweh was worshipped. Unquote. Ever feel like ancient customs were a chess game with each piece serving a strategic purpose? Imagine this. The Levites, a tribe from the time of Moses, were the kings on the chessboard. Moses and Aaron handpicked them to serve as priests, kind of like being the only ones allowed to roll the dice in Monopoly, right? Here's a surprising rule. These high priests couldn't marry just anyone. They couldn't tie the knot with a foreign woman, a woman from another Hebrew tribe, or even a widow or divorcee within their own tribe. It was like a strict dress code at a fancy club, keeping the undesired out and the power intact. Initially, a one-man judge, Moses, eventually set up a system that echoes today's army units. He appointed officers for groups of 10, 50, 100, and 1,000. It's like assigning team leaders in a large corporation, isn't it? Now here's the kicker. The Levites had 2 silver trumpets, which were their exclusive possession. A single trumpet blast was a call to the chiefs of other tribes, showing their dominance. Double blasts summoned the entire community. Imagine a school bell that only the principal could ring, controlling when everyone could move. So we're getting deep into it because I'm sure you've been wondering, like, okay, Jen, you're taking us through this religious piece. How does it affect women? Well, we're going to start seeing it come to fruition in the following videos as I read to you the rest of chapter 1. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.